Test, 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 test. Greetings, greetings, greetings. We're taking a couple of minutes to finish and getting set up. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's 8 o'clock. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, yes. Well, yeah. But you're on the phone. Come on over. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are taking a couple of seconds to continue to get set up. Take this time to share. Today we will be talking about, our topic today is, if I am your helpmeet, what am I helping with?
What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing? Excited to be on. Excited to get started. Can you hear the mic? Can you see the mic?
I do not. As far as I know, they're on. I was doing everything. As far as I know, they're on. Mic check one. Mic check one.
Let's go.
Can you hear me? Oh, hello. Hello. How are you doing? To anyone that's watching me, give me some hearts if you can hear us on tonight.
Let's get started. Hey, my name is Kelvin.
And I'm Latanya, and we're the Doolies.
And welcome to
Marriage, Business, and Ministry.
Man, we got a good one tonight, man.
We got a good one tonight.
The boss got a subject for us that I'm excited to hear about. Listen to her talk about. I'm put my 2 cents in. That's better. Now I don't look ashy. I just look dark skinned. Let's get it, Doc. So the subject for tonight, and I'm gonna be in the background. I'm gonna play my wife role this go around, and I'm gonna let her take mine. The subject is, if I'm your helpmeet, What am I helping you with? I like this subject. This subject is, I think it's a well needed discussion, and a discussion that should be well versed amongst married people on why, what is my role, and not simply just as the wife, because the help me is also in a partnership too as well. Again, we're in business together. We do. Um, we're married 23 years and been in ministry for a long time as well. So there's a lot of conversations that need to be had on this. So let's dive right into it. I'm gonna take a back seat and I'm gonna enjoy the ride on this go round. And when she tell me to get in, I'm gonna get in. I just want to hear what she got to say on this one. Let's see where we go.
Well, thought-provoking question. If I am your helpmeet, what am I helping with? When I was reading this on Facebook, I was seeing that a woman that was married, and her husband, she was frustrated in her marriage, and she was trying to find out what is her role in the marriage. One standpoint, one perspective was a woman is the imitator, the mirror of what's going on. If uh, if the husband doesn't have anything going on, then the woman can be frustrated, uh, overwhelmed with nothingness. Another perspective is if a lot was going on, how does the woman find her way between the family, being a wife, the business? How does the woman find her way? And the other perspective that I found in this is what do you expect of me? What do you expect of me in our relationship, in our marriage, business, and ministry? So if I am your helpmeet, what am I helping with? It goes more than what's going on at the house. It's everyday life. When you look at the term helpmeet, you're looking at what does it mean. So a helpmeet is the helper, assistant, support. A lot of women get that confused with saying, "Well, I'm a good wife. I'm a good wife." And I've been there. I've been there. I'm a good wife. I'm a great wife. But am I a great helpmeet? Am I helping to meet the needs of the demands of the family, the demands of my husband? Am I putting my needs first? It's not being weak to be a helpmeet. It's not being weak or a stand back to say, let my husband go forward, to let him go for his calling. It's not weak, because it takes a strong woman to be a Proverbs 31 woman, to manage the household, to manage the business, to have your husband's back. It takes a very strong woman. It can be frustrating at times because things are not going our way. But when you take I out of it, you can be the helpmeet that God intended you to be. I know personally, at times when things was not going right and I was frustrated on what was going on, I kept telling myself, I'm just not married to Kelvin. I'm married to the God in Kevin.
That's good.
I'm not married to Kevin. What I see, what he's doing. I'm not married to the behavior that he got going on that I don't like, or I'm not married to what he's doing or does not do that I don't like. I'm married to the God in him. Who does God say he is? Who does God say what he's supposed to be doing? We know in Genesis, God told Adam what his role is. You're supposed to name the animals, the fish, you're supposed to work the land, that kind of thing. And Eve came along to be the helpmeet. So what am I supposed to do as the story unfolds? Do I see the God in him? Do I recognize who God called my husband to be, so I can be the helpmeet he intends me to do? He intends me to be. You have anything so far?
Hey, that's good. One thing she said that stands out to me is when she was speaking to the God of her husband, the God in her husband. A lot of times, what happens is, especially in a partnership or a commitment like what we have, a marriage of 23 years, we get lost in the fact that each individual has a role, and each role has a position that needs to be played. A lot of times, when it comes to having a great wife, you know what a great wife does first? A great wife leads by example. What is the example? Pushing and leading her husband, who has been ordained by God to be the head, not taking her position as being less than. Watch what I'm fixing to do. I'm going to give y'all a nugget that's going to change your life. I was thinking about this coming over the road. When I married my wife, in my mind, I married the one. Y'all stay with me on this one. I knew what God said concerning my wife. This one right here, this one. When God showed me or told me that I could have her, he said, if that's the one, you can have that one. And we get caught up in we get caught up in the fact that she is my one. Here it is. Here's the nugget. We get lost in the fact and we forget that we're becoming one. I'm gonna help y'all, man. I'm telling you. In order to become one, that means it takes longevity, building, getting over the obstacles, fighting through the stresses of life, fighting through the pains of life, fighting through all of those things. Why? Because at the end of the day, I want to become one with the woman of God. Vice versa. I want the woman of God to become one with me. Not that, just like she said in the beginning, not being caught up in my actions, right? Or the things that she don't like, because it goes both ways, right? There's things, even to this day, that needs are not met, right? On both ends. It's on both ends, right? What are you doing to become one with your spouse? And then allowing your spouse in their role to play their position and you being their backing. Right now, we're talking about if you're a helpmeet, the woman is the helpmeet, right? What position is the woman playing or my wife playing in the role of being a helpmeet? One that's pushing, one that's not being in the forefront, but being right beside her husband, not taking a step back, but catapulting her husband to the next level. Why? Because it's not about her. It's about us, one, becoming one. And that's a good nugget right there. If y'all don't write that down, man, that's a good one. I married the one. This is the one that I wanted to marry. Here's the caveat. Here's the pivotal point in it. In order for her to continue to be the one, I have to make her the priority to become the one. And that's building with her, right? Vice versa. I know my role as her husband. She knows her role as, and this is not 5 year. This is not a 5 year thing. This is not this takes longevity. This takes time to get it. So you guys need to, women, know your role. It's not a bad thing. I'm not saying that in the negative. Know your role. Your role as the wife, the partner, is to push and to catapult your husband. What does this say? Watch what the writer says. Proverbs 31, verse number 10. It said, who can find a virtuous woman? It says a virtuous woman, a woman of virtue, a virtuous woman. Who can find that one? Her value in you as the husband, when you find her, makes her price more valuable than rubies. Her input, her wisdom, her submissiveness, her silence, her willing to allow you to. That's a good one. Her willing to allow you to. All those things are some of the attributes of having a helpmate. My wife doing this, so I'm just in the way.
That's some good nuggets. That was some good nuggets. Thank
What's up, Pastor T? We on TikTok. Hey, listen, before we get started, maybe go any further, man, subscribe, like our YouTube channel. We also, we ain't got our TikTok up yet. I'm on my personal TikTok, but like our YouTube channel, Marriage, Business, and Ministry. Her presence, all of those things, Pastor, are essential when you're getting your help meet, right? She meets, watch this. I love this. My wife, after all these years, even in the shortcomings, meets a need. And because she rubs my head and encourages me, even in her doubt sometimes, makes her be quiet. But in her quietness, it lets me know she's still there. She may not agree with the decision, and she's going to let me sometimes I don't make all the right decisions. But because I got a woman that helps me meet a need, even in my bad decisions, she doesn't tear me down in saying, you did wrong. Nah. Okay, we did that. It didn't work. How do we fix it? Let's go to the next thing. Pastor, I got lucky. Most people don't believe in luck. I got lucky. Is she perfect? Does she do everything the way I desire for it to be done? You know the answer. Anybody in here know? I didn't marry her perfection. I fell in love with her imperfections and what she brings to the table. But here's the other thing. Her willingness to continue even when it gets hard. Even when I'm not the best I need to be for her. Even when I'm not giving her love and all those things. We great for each other, man. Listen, I put good out the window. Listen, she's great for me. Pastor T on here says she's good. We're good for each other. She's great for me. She is. She motivates me. She motivates me to continue to go on. She motivates me to do better. I made a promise to her, and I'm going to keep my promise that I made to her 23 years ago. If always lasts forever, then forever is what I choose for you. That doesn't mean I don't accept your imperfections. That doesn't mean even when you don't feel like supporting me, you do it anyway. And I love it.
That's good. If we look at Proverbs 31, and I think Proverbs 31 encompasses what a helpmeet is to a marriage. The verse that got me
to her husband,
to my husband. The verse that got me is verse 11. The heart of her husband safely trusts her. The heart of her husband safely trusts her.
That's good.
So when any money come in, he don't ask me any questions because he trusts me. When I leave the house, I tell him where I'll go. I don't have to. I tell him where he go, but he trusts me to do what I say I'm going to do. With the finances in the house, with the house, with the
children, our grandchildren, our business. I don't question anything she does.
He that's okay, baby. He really trusts me. He trusts me to do what I'm saying I'm going to do, and he trusts me to do it for the benefit of us, not just me, not just for him, but for the benefit of us. Any seed that he put down, he trusts me to nurture it. He trusts me to grow it, to build it up. He trusts me. He's put his hand on it every now and then, but he trusts me. He trusts me. And that is weight more than gold. Because a lot of people are married and they don't have that trust.
Zero.
They can trust you to say a negative word.
They can trust you to be. They can trust you to challenge their authority. They challenge their position. Especially this, and we find this heavily in the Christian community that we're not educated enough in our positions. It's a true statement. This is what God ordained. I did not come up with this. I do not think I'm more inferior to my wife. I know what my position is. I am the head of my household. I am the covering over my wife. But watch this. My wife understands that God is the covering over me. I'm covered by somebody. I'll make a decision. Sometimes I make a decision and I don't go to my father. But my wife, because I've proven it now. Now here's another thing. I've proven it to a certain extent. That my word is my word. You can trust me. Even in my bad decision, my impulse decisions, you can trust me that number one, I'm gonna get us out of it, and number two, I'm gonna make the best of it. Even when we fall up short, we're gonna win in the end.
And get this, Proverbs 31, strong words, strength and honor are her clothing. Strength. A weak woman can't handle him.
Can't handle me.
A weak woman can't handle his anointing, his calling, what he going through every day. A weak woman cannot have his back with what the world put on his shoulders. A weak woman can do it.
Now that's good. That's good. Everybody can't handle your anointing. That's a true statement. God, you know when God created you, he created you, and everybody don't find their mate. When God puts your real mate in front of you and you have grasped hold to the promise of God, God knows your ins and outs. And when he chose you, he chose her. It's up to us to find her. A man that findeth a wife in good standing finds a great thing. Not a good thing. I take good out. Finds a great thing. And this what happens. He finds favor in the eyes of his father, because his father honors the fact that he found, he searched, he went forth and got the woman of God that God had ordained from him from the foundations of the earth. Why? Because he knows the weight of your anointing. He knows the weight of the things that you're going to have to carry, the assignment that you have. Everybody can't carry the weight. And sometimes the weight is carried by the spouse, the wife. That's why it's a help meet, because we get so focused that we don't see the bigger picture sometimes, or we don't see the things that's around us. God would give you your wife, that one, right, that you're becoming one with, to help catapult you into your real true blessing of who you're supposed to be. Mm-hmm. It's the wife's responsibility. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna get off it. Mm-hmm. She says something that is very key, and I'm gonna say this to a wife when you're talking to your husband. I'm gonna say this: your words of affirmation, confirmation, comes off a whole lot better, even when you're trying to correct us in our wrongdoing. Yes, my wife corrects me. Kevin, you did that wrong. Kevin, but it feels better when I know her tongue is for the best of my ability, for the best of me. She encourages me enough. She pours into me enough where I have more positive built up. That when the negative comes, it doesn't hurt as bad, and it does not make me look at her any different outside of, okay, baby, I appreciate you. Thank you for bringing that to my fruition so I can see it. You're right. Maybe I should have did it another way. And it's not us turning, like we talked last week, a disagreement into an argument because of the words that left the woman of God who is my helpmeet. The words that left her mouth that built me up. Even when it's negative, it's not meant to tear me down, but it's meant to still do the same thing, build me up, help build up my confidence, help build up my zeal, help build up my drive, help build up my motivation, help build up my go get it, help build up my continued focus on what's the goal, even when I make a mistake. That was good. That was good work.
Now this subject it's tight because of culture. Everybody don't want to hear what a helpmate is. A helpmeet is. If I'm a helpmate to you, then you're going to be a helpmate to me. You support me like we're supposed to be doing two different things. Like we're supposed to be doing two different things. I supposed to support you as much as you support me. Right. And I'm not saying that it's wrong. But we don't follow what the world is saying.
That's good.
We don't follow what the world is saying. The word of God stays the same,
Unchanged.
unchanging. It doesn't matter what culture says it is.
What's up, ladies? How y'all doing? We're talking about people.
It doesn't matter what culture says it is, but it says what God said it is in the Bible.
What are you helping?
The differences between traditional and modern interpretation of help me. A help me is the same. To show be a help. Will be right there and have my back. But God gave it to him. So I am supporting him through the good, through the bad, through the sickness, through the health, everything. My role is to support him.
That's good. Know your role. That is true. And stay in your place. And please listen to me when I say this. I'm not saying that in a negative way.
It's not negative.
It's not negative. Stay in your place. Stay in the position that you're supposed to play. If you stay in your position, nobody can score on you. Oh man, I gave you another one. Go ahead.
Say that again.
If you stay in your position, nobody can score on you. Because you play in your position the right way. You're guarding the right way. You're being you're being on the offense the right way. And if you're doing it the right way, you'll never fail. You might come up short but you'll never fail.
You never fail. I got a question for you, Kevin. How can men and women work together in a partnership that honors both roles?
Well, that's an easy one. Mm-hmm. Establish the roles from the beginning. Mm-hmm. Here's what happened with me and my wife one time. I've been in this industry very long time, way longer than my wife, and in higher positions than her in when it comes to this food service. In the beginning, my wife mistook my safety net because of where we were at in this, mistook it for something negative when I was being a husband and actually trying to protect her from the embarrassment of not knowing, because I knew she didn't know. I knew she didn't know, right? So I stood up and jumped in and wanted to be Mr. Saver Captain. When in reality, sometimes you got to allow the lesson to be taught and then establish the roles. Okay? Mm-hmm. You said you want to be in this position. When these obstacles come, take the position. But I'm not going to beat you up and tear you down when you can't, when the position is over your head. And I say this wholeheartedly, with all whatever. When it's over your head, it's a learning lesson. And then it's something that we should go back and, okay, you know, and now, but hindsight 2020, what would have happened if I wouldn't have said nothing? And she'd have been asked questions knowing she don't know the answer and would have looked at me to save her. Would that have been even better for her? Would that have saved her? Would it have saved her the embarrassment? You're gonna be embarrassed one way or the other. Either way, you don't know it, right? I'm not the smartest person in the world. I tell anybody that. My wife has 2 master's degrees from big colleges. I'm at Pima Community College and Tidewater Community College and learning how to do math. So way smarter than me, right? But I know my position. So establishing your position and your roles in the beginning will help you be able to operate easier when you're dealing with your spouse, when you're in business together. You know your roles and be okay with, okay, this ain't what I do. Here you go. It doesn't belittle you. It doesn't make you less than. I just don't. And anybody, listen, my staff will tell you, I don't get on the register. I don't answer the telephone. That ain't my lane. I don't do any of that. Not that I can't do it. Yeah, I can do it, but I don't get on there and fool with it because that's not my lane. That's not my area of expertise. I stay in my position. When things are coming through emails, whatever, I directly say, Send the email, and my wife, who is that part of the business, will handle that. And then she'll get to me on what my role needs to be once that has been handled. So knowing your position, knowing your role in your partnership makes it a lot easier. You're not stepping on each other's toes that way. You're being asked for assistance in certain areas. Can you help me do this? Can you do this? Instead of feeling like I need to tell her at the restaurant. Instead of feeling like I need to step in, no, I don't need to step in. I'll wait till you ask me. When you ask me, I jump in and put my cape on.
So in all of this, if I am your helpmeet, what am I helping with? I am preserving the marriage. I am nurturing the family. I am nurturing the seeds that he put down. I am.
What are the seeds? What are the seeds you're talking about?
I am the seeds that you are what I am talking about is the business. The things that you put down in the business for me to handle. In the marriage, resulting of what you have done, the money, the finances, the bills, the house, the seeds, the children, whatever you put in my lap to handle. As it point to ministry, if we was in a church and whatever those roles would be.
Mm-hmm.
The seeds, the things that you come up with, I nurture them and bring it to be.
That's good. That's good.
Not saying that it's not overwhelming. Not saying that I lack a purpose and my only purpose is what he gives me.
That's good.
But it is to help him come about to do what God said he should be doing.
Man, I ain't seen you in a long time, man. I be seeing you tearing up them drums, man. So good. They tell your parents I said hello, man, when you get the chance to see them.
Another thing, if I am your helpmeet, what am I helping with? Sometimes when you establish roles in a marriage, stick to them like he was just saying. If I am stronger in money management, let me handle money and you with your input in it. If you are stronger than money, I'll let you handle it. But both of us handling money can be a catastrophe because money will be everywhere. Because he's doing his own thing and I'm doing my own thing. Right? And then peace. Bringing peace to the house. When we leave out that house, the world is waiting for us. Satan is waiting for us. Everything is going to go wrong that can go wrong. That we're going to deal with bad attitudes. We're going to deal with stuff breaking. It's not going to be right. But together, in the house, together, we should be able to find peace. I shouldn't have to go to him and always get his attitude, his smart mouth, and vice versa. Yeah. When he come home, he shouldn't get my smart mouth. Or if he made a wrong judgment, he shouldn't get my mouth because he already felt it. I shouldn't have to be the one that could continue to cut him up.
The world is after every man because the man is the leader. The world is after you, white, black, brown. You don't make no difference. You are on the radar if you're a man, especially if you're a man trying to do right. If you're a man of honor, if you're a man of integrity, if you're a man of valor, if you're a man that's desiring the best out of your spouse, out of your situation, out of your circle, if you're that person, the world is after you because the world is trying to get you to confine to what they do, right? But when you have somebody that is catapulting you into, listen, I don't know a man right now that don't want to come home to peace. I don't know one yet. And if my wife can't be my peace, then I don't want to go nowhere. If my wife can't be my peace, let me change that. If my wife can't be my peace, I will step outside of my home to obtain peace. I'm not saying I'm going to another person, but I won't put my all in my house because my house is destroyed by lack of giving us peace. And peace goes both ways. What is your peace? We're talking about the help me though. We're not talking about what the husband is doing. or the leader at the time. We're talking about the help me. The help me is the one to help usher in the peace of mind that every man needs. Man, we get beat up every day. We're trying to figure it out. We're trying to put our family first. We're trying to put our families in a better situation. We're trying to get a better understanding of how to do this thing. All those things we're trying to do. And we don't want to fight the world and then come home and have to do the same and fight a different battle. And the battles at home get worse. The battles at home are worse than a lot of times worse than what you deal with outside of the home.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Why would I not want peace? When it comes to finances, it's the same thing. Here's my thing. And we battle with this. I'm transparent with it. We battle with this.
Mm-hmm.
I've always, since day one, thought that every couple should have one account. One account plus separate, what's the name? But the main account, all funds should go into that one account, right? And then we have an allowance that is taken out for each person, and all money. Because there's listen to what I said earlier. When I got the one, I'm building to become one with her. If everything we're doing is separated, then we're not on the verge or the path to becoming one. We're still going in a direction separately. I'm talking real good to you, and a lot of times when you finances, lack of communication, and meeting the needs are the three main things that break up a marriage, that don't allow your marriage to see 5, 6, 7 years, because you take those things out, right? Finances should be discussed. Budgeting should be discussed. What is your role with your finances? What does our money look like, right? It's not my money. My money is not my. I tell my wife all the time since day one, when I had $1 and now I got what I got, right? You have access to everything I have. You got the password. I don't got none of yours. You got access to everything. You can see what I got in there. And if you want it, listen to me. If you want it, take it. Just let me know. Just tell me what you're taking so I know in my mind, because I know what's in there. Tell me what you're taking. I'm good. I just need to know what's left so I know how to operate with the left. And here's the other part of that. I trust her that she's not just taking my money and just doing whatever she wants to do with it and keeping her. I can trust her in that position. That's why she has access to everything. Everything I have, my wife, since day one, since the first time she said I do, I gave her 100% trust. And it's never changed to this day. It's never changed to this day. So my money is hers, but ours working together, because there's only one goal. And the one goal is, are we going to be rich or are we going to be wealthy as one? Yeah, we're talking about, what was the other thing? We're talking about, what was the other thing we're talking about?
Proverbs 31.
No, the three subjects on the
communication.
Communication. My wife's communication is what keeps me going. It is. Her, Kevin, I need this from you. Kevin, you're lacking in this area when it comes to me. I want the truth because I'm so focused on, I'm being honest with you. Here's my transparency. Sometimes I bring on neglect to my spouse because I'm dealing with so many other things. I'm trying to do everything else. And sometimes the priority doesn't fall in the lap of my wife. It falls in the lap of life. Life gets the priority. And then when I come home, I want to get peace because I've been dealing with life. And sometimes, there's a lot of times I do bring on neglect. But when I hear the words from my wife, even in her frustration and in her emotions and her tone, it changes my understanding of where to put my priorities at. My priorities is always going to be the wife. Everything else can fall apart, but her and I should be able to stand the course and the test of time if we become one and stay focused. And that only happens when you have a helpmate that's pushing you. And you, watch this, my wife don't push me from the back. She pushed me side by, she shoved me because we shoulder to shoulder and we're going in on it. She ain't got her hand in my back like this. No, she ain't doing that. She's in my ear. I want to hear her soft voice. I want to hear that irritating voice sometimes. I want to hear all that when she's talking to me because I can trust the words that she's saying. And I know her words are never to tear me down, never to bring shortcoming, never to embarrass our family. It's always to make us look good in the community, always to make her husband look good in the community and make her look good amongst other. Watch this. Proverbs 31. You got to read it 10 all the way down. It also makes him look good when he's dealing with other people on the level that they're on or greater, because she's upholding her husband in the position where he only has to focus on what it is that he's dealing with now. You don't have to focus on all that other stuff, because the helpmeet is meeting the need that he needs as the leader of the house to catapult them to the next level. That's good.
That's good. That's good. Just wanted to say hello to Elder Jason Hawks.
Hey, what's up, Elder? What's up, man? What's up, Teddy?
Christina and Jessica.
What's up, Jessica?
I'm
How you
definitely
doing, girl?
in.
Stay tuned in to this. This is good. This is that Campbell soup. Good. I promise you. You got to listen when you're as a daughter, when you're finding Jaquan, if Jaquan finds you fit to be his wife, right? He finds you in right standing, and he says, Jessica, will you be? And Jessica says, I have found myself worthy of being a wife to you. I have found myself worthy of holding the mantle of what it takes to uplift you, Quan, as my husband, and keep you above everything else with my words of affirmation, with my words of correction, with our finances, and what's the other thing? All those other things. Mm-hmm. You'll begin to watch this, not know that he has found the one in you, but you guys are becoming one together. And y'all are building together. You guys are going in one direction together, not separate.
That's good. That's good. That's good. Y'all, we don't want to be on here all night. This is a good conversation.
This is a great conversation.
You can replay that. If you have any questions, go ahead and hit us up.
Please share. Please like. Please go on YouTube and subscribe. We're trying to build up our subscriptions. Listen, it's only going to get better from here, I promise you. And before we go any further, we need to recognize our sponsor.
Yes.
Our sponsor, J&K Style Grill, home of the original waffle burger, stuffed wings, gourmet egg rolls. You can copy their style, never their respect. Yes, sir.
Yes. So if you have any questions, go ahead and reach out to us. Let us know where you're listening from, and we will be back here next Tuesday at 8:00. Next Tuesday at 8:00.
Next Tuesday, I think we got a doozy. If I'm not mistaken,
have a good one.
I think we got
Miss Hannah.
We got Hannah coming on. Mm-hmm. Hannah's fine. Listen, if you guys are ready to take your financial portfolio to the next level, next Tuesday, you guys need to have pen and paper. You guys need to get all the information. Listen, this young lady is going to give you some nuggets. She's going to connect you with with mostly her, mm-hmm. and going to teach you how to build your
your portfolio,
mm-hmm. your financial portfolio for the future. Mm-hmm. Jessica, all of y'all that are now getting your money, you got to start making your money make money for you. I started late. I started like 43. I'm 49. I didn't start saving money until I was 43. I did what I wanted to do. Y'all see it. I buy what I wanted to do. All those things. Next week, y'all need to get on. Y'all need to make sure that y'all are on if you want to build your financial portfolio. Mm-hmm. Again, Jessica, I see you on here still, and all those other ones. Listen, Jahari, what's up, Jahari? Big old head. Good to see you. I love them girls. I love them girls like they my own daughters. I do. I've been knowing them, man. Alfonso, 13, almost 13 years, probably 13 years I've been knowing. Mm-hmm. Wonderful young ladies. And so when you find, listen, what is a helpmeet? What is the role of a helpmeet? Jessica, I want you to really look at Proverbs 31. Proverbs 31. Look at verse 10 first. Number 10 establishes who you are. It says who you are. When a man finds his wife, a woman of virtue. This is what it says, a woman of virtue, who can find, when he has found his woman of virtue, her price to him is far more than the price of a ruby. Rubies are more valuable than diamonds. Don't allow your spouse to simply see you as a diamond piece, a dime piece, a piece, but find you to be valuable as a ruby. A ruby is shaped with all kinds of, I think it's 8 to 10 different characters to a ruby. That means every side of you holds value. And when your husband finds your value, which is being a virtuous woman, watch this, he then finds the godly favor in our Heavenly Father, that he can then lead his family. He can lead his family in the way that they should go. Why? Because he has you as a virtuous wife pushing him, catapulting him side by side to the next level. You're helping him. You're helping him obtain his dreams. You're helping him understand his vision. You're helping him by giving him the words of encouragement. Baby, you can do that. Baby, listen here. I support everything about you. Baby, we got this. Baby, go ahead. Honey bun this. Sweetheart that. Pookie this. Yeah. All of those things is because he has found favor, because he got, watch this, Jessica. He has you as his wife. He has connected himself with his one. And because he has connected himself with his one, his beautiful, virtuous woman, his beautiful, not just his woman, but the woman he wants to give his last name to. That's major. He wants to share his life with you. He wants to take, because he has found you worthy of being a wife, and not find you in the status of a girlfriend. Because a girlfriend don't give advice. Girlfriend just want what's good for her. A wife is what's good for them. Are you a ruby? Man, we're going to put that down. Are you a ruby or are you a diamond? Because your price is far more valuable as a ruby than it is a diamond.
There you go. Tonight was all about finding your role. It's a tight subject. Everybody don't want to talk about it because of what's going on in the world. Everybody don't want to hear it if they're not in the church, if they're not in the Bible, or they don't want to learn what their role is. But everybody have a piece of the pie. Everybody can't be the leader.
Everybody can't be the leader.
Everybody can't. Too many. What's the
too many chiefs and not enough Indians.
Somebody has to submit. Somebody to make the relationship work. So tonight was all about what is my role as a helpmate. It's not to bow down. It's not to say, it's not because I'm weak. It's not because or less of a person. It's none of that.
It's knowing your role and staying in your position. Know your role. When people used to say that, we used to catch attitude. Know your role. Absolutely right. I know my role.
We know our role now.
Stay in your role.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
Ain't nothing wrong. Once you research and find out what your role is, you'll accept it better. Now, the world will tell you something different. But when you research who you are and that you have a role in your relationship, and what your role in your position is, and how valuable it is to be in that position and in that role, there's value in it. Being submissive to your husband and being respectful to your husband, and your husband being submissive to you. Yes, I'm submissive to. I don't like everything she said. I don't like it. I don't agree with everything she's saying. I don't agree with how she handles me at sometimes. I don't. But I don't take that as she's tearing me down. It's still we're becoming. That's the key. That's the key word. we're becoming. That means we haven't got there yet. We're still going towards the mark of getting to being one. We're becoming. And in that becoming, it's a lot of learning lessons. It's a lot of growing. It's a lot of these things that are taking place that you have to be okay with. And then finding your role is one of them. You have to know your role. You have to, if you want longevity, you got to know what your role is in your marriage.
That's true. That is true. Don't get it twisted. He is strong by himself. I am strong by myself. But when the two becomes one, we're stronger together.
And it's unbreakable.
And it is unbreakable.
And even when see, here's the other part. Even when one, because we're becoming one, becomes weak in the area, it's the responsibility of the other spouse to know their role and stay and put themselves in their role and get that person back in line with their role. If I'm supposed to be the head and I'm making stupid decisions as a head, my wife's job is to correct me. Get me back in line. Kevin, have you been praying? Kevin, have you been in your word? Kevin, are you doing this? Because you're not lining up. You're not lining up with where you need to be at in our relationship as the leader. I trust you as the leader. Trust me as your helpmate. Watch this, to get you back in line with the leader, because you need to start making right decisions or sound decisions that's going to benefit us in the long run. You're not doing it. You're not making good decisions right now. And watch this. My pride does not fall. My ego does not is not tampered with. I simply say, you know what, baby, I'm submissive to what you're saying. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for opening my eyes and giving me why. Because listen, she gives me the words of affirmation so much that I have such a bank reserve that I can take a little bit out when she's giving it to me. I can take a little bit out of reserve. Okay, she's built me up with all these things, and now I'm going to allow one thing that she withdraws from me to tear up my savings that she has put so much into my savings. No. I'm not going to allow that to damage and be pulled out of my savings because I have a buildup of all the other good things. Okay, we lose sometimes. We don't always make the right decision. We don't always move in the right direction. And same thing with her. She's not the weaker vessel, but I as the man have to say, sweetheart, you need to think about that. Sweetheart, you need to get that together. Sweetheart, you need to get that in order. And I have to learn how to, not what you say, how you say it. Right? As the leader, I have to learn how to say it to the receiver. And even in my emotions, or even in my heated moments when we're having a disagreement, I still have to be understanding of how to deliver the message with the same impact, but not receive it with an impact that damages her and makes her withdraw from the words that I'm saying. You hurt me. Okay, I'd rather her say, what you said didn't feel good, but I receive it, than her saying you hurt me. Them two different things. And I, as the head, has to make sure that I'm not doing that, and vice versa. What y'all got? What question you got? Y'all got something? Man, let me see what y'all talking about.
When we have made a commitment that we are in this together for the long haul. We are in this together. We are going to work together, but we just need to know where our puzzle pieces fit together.
Absolutely. Got to know where you fit.
Ron Harper, good stuff.
I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that, Ron. Thank you so much, man. I got listen, if you married, let me tell you this, man. I'm gonna tell y'all this, man. I'm gonna tell you this. When you're establishing, you need to go into Genesis, right? Those that believe, I'm gonna say this. Those that believe, and you're trying to find a foundation, a good foundation on how the creation of man is, who came first, why was woman established from the rib, a small portion of the man, why God didn't take from the heart of man, why he didn't pull a muscle from his chest, but he took a single small rib from the man and created such a beautiful being in his wife to become a helper. It's just a small thing she do will help the big people get to a bigger place. Her role doesn't have to be big. My wife's role doesn't have to be big. If she's just simply, Kevin, I got you. Look how simple and soft that was. You got me. I'm on it. I'm out of there. I'm on it. Because why? She gave me her little bit of encouragement. Husband, you just keep pushing on, and I'm gonna follow your lead. Saw how fast I jumped. You keep pushing, I'm gonna follow your lead. I'm going. Because she trusts my judgment. But I've had to prove myself. I've had to prove myself. I had to prove myself in spending process. I don't even spend money 90% of the time. I shoot things to my wife. She handles all the finances and all that stuff like that. So I shoot it to her. So now you don't got to ask me where the money at. You dealt with it. I don't have it. You dealt with it. And things like that, man. Yeah. Man, y'all got any other questions for me, man? We're finna get up out of here. A long day, man. I was in North Carolina today visiting my friend. He opened up his Chick-fil-A, his second location. And man, it was an honor to go down there and spend some time with him. Spend some time with my brother. I didn't get to see my sister, my baby sister or my niece. I wanted to love on them a little bit. I did want to see them a little bit, love on, get a hug from both of them big head rascals. And just whisper in my sister's ear, I love her, and whisper in her ear, ribs protect the viral organs spiritually. Our rib protects. That's good, Ron.
That's real good.
Ron, that's good. It does protect. It's the shield. And that's what most look, because that's what it says in the role of Proverbs 31 from 11 on down. It's talking about how she protects her husband, how she protects their wealth, how she protects her children, how she even brings money into the storehouse, how she stores the money, how she lifts her husband up in front of kings and queens that are in higher positions, that he can feel like he's equal to them and don't have to worry about the small things that she has handled. Her position, because she is the rib and the protector, the small things make us look bigger than what we really are. It's the small things. That's good, Ron.
That's real good.
Man, I like that.
That's real good. Yeah, we are not going to hold you all night long. We could talk on and on and on about this subject because this is a good subject.
It's a good subject. Listen, make sure y'all sharing the subject. Make sure y'all sharing the live. Make sure y'all sharing on our YouTube page, Marriage, Business, and Ministry. Man, listen, we want to give y'all more and more content like this in a bigger spectrum as well. We want to see everybody in your marriage be successful. Teddy says, "Help me, help you," allows for balance in a relationship.
Balance is necessary.
Teddy, let me ask you this question, Teddy. What does help me, help you look like? Teddy is the one that gave us that information. Me, him, us married couple sat down at one of our restaurants and we discussed. He said sometimes you got to get, what was that? Breathe different air.
Yes.
Listen, probably the best advice I got last year. And I'm learning every day that sometimes I got to breathe different air to be able to see things different. And sometimes I got to put my wife, watch this, men, because I'm the head and the leader. I have to be willing to put her in a different space where she can breathe different air. What does different air? Coming in the house and not having to worry about her husband putting her down. Coming in the house, not worried about, my wife said, sometimes she'll say, you put me, no. I want her to breathe different atmosphere, saying, man, it feels good. Like today, like this morning, I looked at her, man. She's doing a little weight loss journey, man. And I saw her today for the first time. And, I've seen her in the husband and wife thing, but I wasn't paying attention. I was interested in the husband and wife thing, but I saw it today, right? And I acknowledged, man, I see you don't got that little baby thing on you no more. It's looking good over there. And what I got from that simple little thing was I was able to put her in a position where she can breathe different air. Not walking out the house feeling like my husband don't appreciate me, not walking out the house feeling like my husband ain't noticing me, and all those things. She can walk out with a different breath saying, man, my husband still thinks I'm beautiful. My husband this and my husband that, man. I love it.
So Teddy says, when I'm frustrated, my wife will bring me calm and focus if I'm open to listening. I'm open to listening.
That's true. Hey, if we're open to listening. Yeah. But that means don't go on a rant though. I don't want to hear all that rant now, but I'm focused. Just give me what I need to get and then move on. I don't want all that rant. I'm lying. Hey, listen, if y'all know my wife don't talk much. So when you can get conversation out of her, man, you better listen. Yeah. I've been saying that, man. We used to drive, when we first got married, man, we used to drive long distance. And my wife would look out the daggone window. And I'll be trying to talk to her, but her focus is, and I had to learn how to be, I had to learn what her silence was. Because I used to think negative of that thing in the beginning. And then some of it was my fault too. I wasn't always the best. I wasn't always the best husband. I didn't always say things the right way, do things the right way. So some of that was my fault. But we made it through. And we made it through. Yeah. So
okay, just to piggyback on of what you just said, we used to go on long rides, and I would take that time to just look out the window and just think of nothing. Life is overwhelming. Family, friends, work, the world, church. Life is overwhelming, and when you have always moving, always doing something, that moment that you can sit and not have to think about nothing, that you can finally have and you can finally be at rest, at peace, and your husband taking the charge, driving, doing whatever. Who can ask for anything more?
That's true. Again, that's why I was saying you're becoming. We're still learning. It's a learn. After 23 years, we're still becoming. We're still learning. Eventually, hopefully when we hit 30 years, we have become one. And some of and we can just, the remainder of our lives, just operate in the peace of it. With this
Ron said, absolutely. Wives see enemies of the vision so that we can snuff them out.
My wife saw my partner way before I did, and I was blind to it. I ain't gonna lie to it. She saw it, said something about it. I shoved it off like, not him. I still got 3rd-degree burn marks right now. Well, I got burned in there. Man, let's get off this thing, man. We've been on here a long time, man. Man, thank y'all, those that are on here, man. Thank y'all for taking the time to listen to what we got to say, man. And I hope you guys are getting something out of the stuff that we're putting out. I just want to say, man, appreciate y'all. We love y'all, man, from the bottom of our hearts, man. We got some good stuff coming up. Again, next Tuesday, we talking finances. We talking long-term finances. With Hannah. Listen, she got some wisdom that, man, that's gonna blow your mind. We got some pastors coming on. We're gonna talk about some of the struggles of being married and in ministry, and how does your spouse take on the role of their position when the congregation is pulling on the pastor so much that sometimes he neglects giving his wife, or being able to separate from ministry and marriage.
Your first ministry is the house.
Yeah,
it's the house.
So, right. Yeah. And listen, man, I'm Kelvin.
And I'm Latanya.
And we're the Doolies, man. So listen, we're going to peace y'all out right here. And this is Marriage,
Business and Ministry.
We love y'all, man. Peace out.
Good night.